So let's go to New Mexico. Richard Pitino unfortunately left to go to Xavier. I think there's a cause for concern with New Mexico Lobos fan. Great program. We've got to see them firsthand. Great people. The pit is just a different level, and they've done really well the last 3-4 years under Richard Pitino. Where does New Mexico go?
I think they have options. I don't think it's as negative as people think it is. I'm going to throw out a name here in a second, but, I do want to talk about the New Mexico Lobo fan base, because I don't think there's any other fan base that's more deserving to have a good hire, a good head coach, a loyal coach, great players. This fan base, it's got to be a big blow to them, having Coach Pitino exit and then having Donovan Dent enter the portal as well. It seems like they're going to be starting all over after an incredibly successful year. And they're some of the most worthy fans of a championship program in the entire country, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to throw out this name for you, LT. 47-year-old James Borrego. All right. He's currently the associate head coach of the New Orleans Pelicans. He's previously served as the head coach for the Charlotte Hornets and assistant coach for San Antonio Spurs under Coach Pop, where he won 2 NBA championships. Here's the thing. Borrego was born and raised in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I'm hearing he still has a home there and a lot of family there. I also did some research. There's overwhelmingly 48% of Albuquerque population is of Latino descent, and having the first Latino NBA head coach come back home to Albuquerque, I'm not sure if the pick can get more electric than what the country saw this past year, but this potential hire actually gets me really excited. You look at the success BYU is having with Kevin Young, who they brought back to his hometown after spending his career in the NBA and professional basketball. I think we're going to see more of that trend, getting some of these associate head coaches in the NBA and assistants to come back to college, right? And I don't think there's a better candidate that deserves the first-class fandom that the Lobo faithful can bring to college basketball than James Borrego. I really like this as a potential option here to move quickly.
Yeah. Do you think he would take the job?
I think so. I think that there's some interest there. Knowing that he has a home there, he still has really strong roots there. He was born and raised there. He was really proud, and rightfully so, being recognized as the first NBA Latino head coach, right? When he was hired as a head coach for the Hornets, got kind of dealt a bad hand there, but really well respected in that professional coaching circle. And the ability to come back home, he's got a family now to kind of raise his kids back in Albuquerque, where he was raised. I think it's a great option. I do think he would entertain the offer, seeing some of these coaching salaries that are popping up, and it's that Lobo faithful. I think when you're born and raised there, and you see where the Lobo fans have come over the past 20 years. It's awesome. Ridiculous. You hear about it, but when you see them in action, it's impressive.
Yeah.
And
I still remember the Mountain West Conference game where they were playing, and just the fandom. I'm going to throw out a couple names. Isaac Chu is going to be potentially a candidate, associate head coach, never been a head coach. He's been at Marquette, Missouri, Murray State, Virginia Tech, Grand Canyon, Texas A&M, and obviously New Mexico, part of the success there. Do they make that move? Alan Huss is a former New Mexico coach. I just don't see him leaving High Point. I think he's happy. He's told us he was going to be there next year, and that we're going to go visit him, so I don't see that happening. 2 names. Eric Henderson at South Dakota State. I think that would be a really good hire. Really good recruiter at Zeke Mayo, had some other great players that went on to, bigger and better from San Diego State. I think, and I love his attitude and I love his personality. I think he'd be well endured at New Mexico. The one I'm going to throw out kind of in left field is Rodney Terry. And the reason why I'm saying Rodney Terry, former head coach at Texas and also obviously an assistant there. Where did the AD come from New Mexico?
Yeah, he knows Terry.
Yep. So that might not be a bad pick. I think he could do very well. Really good recruiter, really well respected. Texas switching to the SEC, I think had some things, but hey, they're in the NCAA tournament. So those are a couple names I get, but I really like your name, and I think that at the end of the day, New Mexico is going to be okay. And in the transfer portal, and the NIL age, you can very quickly be good from day one. So don't worry about the Lobos. We love you. We'll take care of you somehow on the Full Court Network.